Hello everyone, in order to perform a finishing move, you need to 1. Get behind an opponent, and 2. Hold the melee button while you are behind them. To find out what the melee button is for you, click on Options, Keyboard and Mouse for PC, for Xbox One and PS4 this is going to be labeled as something else. Once you're under this tab, click on Weapons and Equipment, scroll down, find the melee/finishing move row, and for me you can see I have the melee/finishing move set to the G key on PC. The next step is to find a game mode where you can improve your chances of sneaking up on an opponent. For me, I found Headquarters and Hardpoint to be the best game modes for this. The reasons I found Headquarters and Hardpoint to be so beneficial for sneaking up behind someone and for performing finishing moves is there's an objective on the map that opponents are trying to run to, and this objective is constantly changing. What is good about an objective is that the enemy team is trying to run towards this objective all the time. They're just so focused on this. Now, you are going to come across some players who are going to be just focused on getting kills, but in my experience, most people want to win the game. They don't care as much about the kills in the game. Because they're so focused on running towards this objective, it makes it very easy for you to sit behind a corner that you know they're going to run past. And once they run past you and they don't see you, all you have to do is activate dead silence, run up right behind them, you get increased movement speed from that, and they don't hear your footsteps. Hold the melee button, perform your finishing move, and just rinse, repeat that process over and over again. The other thing you can do is flank the opponent. If you do successfully perform it, I have pulled off 3 finishing moves in a row just from a good flank. To help you more, you can combine this. Flank your enemy team, get into a good position, hide behind that corner, let the enemy opponent run past the corner, and perform the finishing move. The third thing is you want to make sure you have a good loadout. For your primary weapon, you're going to want an AR or an SMG. The main reason for this is this will allow you to take down enemies that are at medium range or greater away from you. And if you run around with just a riot shield, you're going to be somewhat defenseless against those enemies that are further away from you. And sometimes you're going to have to take down those enemies that are at medium range away from you in order to get into a good spot to wait for someone to pass by you and then eventually get that finishing move. And then for your secondary weapon, you are going to want to use a handgun. The handgun has the fastest mobility out of any weapon in the game aside from the combat knife. But if you have a combat knife equipped, you cannot perform a finishing move. Once someone passes you by, you're going to want to switch out your primary weapon for your handgun and then sprint after them and activate dead silence. Then the last thing to note with a loadout is to have cold-blooded, ghost, and tune-up for your perks. Cold-blooded will make it so you're not detected by enemy AI or thermal optics. Ghost will make it so UAVs can't detect you, and tune-up decreases the charge-up time of dead silence by 40%. And as you can see, I have specialist activated for my loadout, but that's not very important. That's just something I like to run on a normal game. Instead of having specialist activated, you can use personal radar, UAV, and advanced UAV. The UAVs will be helpful for detecting where enemies are, but the main thing you want is finishing moves. And in order to get personal radars, UAVs, and advanced UAVs, you have to get kills. So your main focus shouldn't be to get the kills, it should be to get those finishing moves, if that's what you're trying to focus on. I've already talked about this, but you want to make sure to have dead silence as your field upgrade. This is going to make all of your footsteps silent and you move slightly faster. That's all I have for you in this video. If you have any questions or requests, please post them in the comment section. Subscribe for more, leave a like if you found this video to be helpful or enjoyable. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.